Hi there, you are now in the zone with us. I'm Becca Pruitt-Denny, and this is Michael Hairston.
Yeah, man, them kids was loud.
Yes,
But
they were.
we got a loud shout going on tonight. Make sure you stay tuned. We got a lot going on. We're talking about social action. Let me break it down for you real simple. It means how you can get involved and change the world around you, particularly in a day and time like today. So make sure you keep it locked. And I'm going to kick it over to Mike because he's got some things to tell you. Mike, what's up?
Thanks, Michael. Not a whole lot. We got some excellent videos for you tonight from POD, which is kicking, is awesome, and Benjamin Gate is good too. And then Crystal Lewis doing some Charlie's Angels thing. It's weird. But right now, Becca's gonna be telling us first, and she's gonna be doing live zone report later too. So stick around for that. But here's Becca.
Right now, we have Stephen Curtis Chapman with Live Out Loud here in the zone.
Imagine this, I get a phone call from Regis. It says, do you want to be a millionaire? They put me on the show and I win with 2 lifelines to spare. To picture this, I act like nothing ever happened and bury all the money in a coffee can. Well, I've been given more than Regis ever gave away. I was a dead man who was called to come out of my grave, and I think it's time for making some noise. Wake the neighbors, get the word out. Come on, crank up the music, climb a mountain and shout. This is life we've been given, made to be lived out. So la 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 la, live out loud. Live out loud, yeah. Think about this, try to keep a bird from singing after it's soared up in the sky. Give the sun a cloudless day and tell it not to shine. To think about this, if we really have been given the gift of a life that will never end, and if we have been filled with a living hope, we're gonna overflow. And if God's love is burning in our hearts, we're gonna glow. There's just no way to keep it in. Wake the neighbors, get the word out. Come on, crank up the music, climb a mountain and shout. This is life we've been given, made to be lived out. So la 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 la, live out loud. Live out loud. Everybody, la la, come on. La 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 la, la la la, live out. I wanna hear everybody say la la la, la 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 la, la la la, live out loud, loud, loud. Every corner of creation is a living decoration. Come join the song we will make them sing. Wake the neighbors, get the word out. Come on, crank up the music, climb a mountain and shout. This is life we've been given, made to be lived out. So la 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 la, live out loud. Get the word out. Come on, crank up the music, climb a mountain and shout. This is life we've been given, made to be lived out. So la 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 la, live out loud. Live out
That was Stephen Curtis Chapman's latest video, Live Out Loud, Live Out Loud. I'm Heidi, and you're in the zone. Now let's check back in with Becca.
Thanks, Heidi. We're talking about social action, which is like community service, except for it doesn't have to be on a local level. We could be helping with issues ranging from environmentalism to social injustice. Katie, tell me what are some of the problems you think in the world today, some issues?
Well, I think that there's problems everywhere. I mean, there's social injustice everywhere in your own community. It's obvious that not everyone drives a nice car or wears expensive clothing, but there's worldwide problems that are just as important, such as child labor. I mean, there's kids that have to come home from school and right away go to work to help support their families, even though they're only 6 or 7 years old. And these kids have poor education and not schools. They don't have any school supplies or adequate clothing. And those are things that we take for granted and sometimes don't even think about.
I think if it's not right up in our faces, we dismiss it or, don't even bother with it. Well, Greg, tell me, why should we care about people across the world that we don't even know?
Well, we're more fortunate than them. We have our freedom won. We have the clothes on our back and the food we eat, and they don't have any of that. I mean, we have to do as much as we can we have to do as much as we can like Jesus Christ, what he did. And so be missionaries. That's what we have to do.
That's right. He told us, to love our neighbor. And someone asked Christ, who's my neighbor? And he said, everybody. Everybody's your neighbor. So we're called to do that. Like he said, it's our job. Michael?
Thanks, Becca, but man, I'm hungry. Then take over.
Hey, I am Randy, and I've got a very nice treat for you. It's Benjamin Gate with All Over Me. Don't even think about changing that channel, because you are watching The Zone.
Jesus loves
with All Over Me, and we got POD coming up real soon. But first, we're taking a break, and you're keeping it locked in, like Randy said. You're not going anywhere. No. See the underwear on the shirt? That was cool. But anyway, stay here right here in the zone. We'll be right back.
Do you like the first few videos that you've seen so far? If so, let us know. And if not, you got to email us at surfthezone.com. Give us your request. We don't play it unless you tell us what to play, what you'd like. Also, you can be part of our studio audience and be here with Michael, Mike, Larry, and I by giving us a call. It's 513-221-4888. We'll hook you up. Now it's time for POD with a great video, live.
And that was POD with a live. That's got to be one of my favorite current videos here on the Zone. But back to this whole thing about social activism and stuff. How would you go about changing the life of somebody who you may never meet in your lifetime? Well, Becca Pruitt-Denny is going to be exploring that for us here in our Live Zone report. So check this out.
Rwanda, Haiti, Guatemala, the Philippines, Peru. Their countries may seem far away from us, but that doesn't mean these little faces are unreachable. They need the basics of life.
So a group of high school students from different parts of the U.S. went to Ecuador to see if they could do something that really matters.
I wanted to know firsthand what it felt like to see poverty and to see hurt.
The trip was through Compassion International, a ministry determined to release children from poverty and introduce them to Jesus Christ.
You see the kids in the compassion places and they have fairly nice clothes on. And then you see this kid that wasn't in the compassion projects, and I just realized that there are still people that need to get help.
The greatest surprise that I had was how openly the kids received us.
They received them right into their homes. The teens had a chance to see their little friends' lives up close.
This little girl and that little boy sleep in here.
They had only 2 rooms. 2 of them slept in one bed.
If you compare it to American homes, it's awful. My room put together would probably be their house.
The rest of it didn't even have a roof on it.
I mean, they don't have half the things we have. Just like when we were in the bedroom and stuff, and she was showing us around. Like I expected to see a bunch of toys laying around and clothes maybe. I just saw like an empty room. I'm a millionaire compared to these people.
So Compassion steps in. They provide schooling, clothes, food, medical care, teach them some trades, and help them learn about the Lord.
This girl was reading the Bible to me, and she was going off, and I mean, it was so encouraging.
Some of the students met the child they sponsor for the first time.
I was kind of scared because she saw me and started crying.
But a bond quickly grew between Trisha and 4-year-old Paula. And Jamie finally got to hang out with Hector, who he's been sponsoring for 2 years.
I realized that he loved me a lot, and I obviously loved him right off the start. I tried to show as much love as possible to my child, just because he doesn't really have a father. My parents were divorced when I was about 12 years old, and I know that's really painful. And so I just really wanted to show him that I love him, because hopefully we can build a relationship through letters and he can write them back. I just want to really be there for that child.
Kimberly decided to take the clothing allowance her parents give her and spend it on this 5-year-old instead.
This is Nellie.
And Brian couldn't resist Carlito.
I see a little kid. I just fall in love with it at that second. and I take off my New York hat that I love and cherish so much. That's something that I love. Now you're loving it.
Come ti chiama? Adriana? I just saw her and I don't know. It's like I knew she was the one, you know? Like, I knew.
It was hard for me. It was sad to see her go, but it was still probably the most special point for me. She didn't want to go either. It seemed that God had touched her heart as much as he touched mine, and that was nice to see.
I've been really assured while I've been down here that my sponsorship's doing good, because his mother was explaining why he's there, and she said it was because someone out there loved my child enough.
It wasn't until quite recently that I thought, you know, there's a kid out there that isn't being sponsored, and I can take care of that, and someone else might not.
$28 a month and writing some letters. That's what it takes to help kids like Iris from Guatemala, Rajan Babu from India, Alphonsine from Rwanda, and Jesus from Bolivia. They're all waiting for a sponsor. You can call Compassion at 1-800-230-2581 or compassion.com.
The look on my face means knowing every thought before I think it and it's gone. Knowing each word I'm gonna say before it rolls off my tongue. Knowing each word I'm gonna say before it rolls off my tongue. We are more than love. We are more than love. We are meant for more than this world would show. We are more than we know. We are more than we know.
Yes, we're back and we're going soon. And I just want to thank these lovely people who drove all this way, who come spend time with us. They've been absolutely wonderful. So thank you guys.
You guys, if you're thinking it's like a big world and that you can't do anything, you can. There is slavery in almost every continent in the world. And you can join iabolish.com and write letters to your senators. You can join Amnesty International, Compassion International we saw earlier, the Red Cross. There's so many things you can do.
Yeah, it's important that you get out there and do something. Be that Bible that people see. But if you want to be on the Zone, email us, surfthezone.com. If you want to call us, 513-221-4888. Man, we feed you. You saw me get up in the middle of the show because I was hungry. But we want to give it up to everybody once again. Make sure you tune in next week to the Zone, baby.
See you guys.